After the financial meltdown and Great Recession, a lot of good people were forced to take bad night jobs. I'm not sure that's the reason the dumb schlub at the center of my night job agrees to take what can only be described as a suicide mission, but I'm glad he did. With a great throwback look, fast-paced gameplay, and a large mansion full of classic horror movie references, I love a lot about this 2D action game. Too bad it's kinda busted. The truth is, it doesn't matter why our hero needs the money. All we know is that he sees an ad on TV and agrees to take part in a highly lucrative mission for the government. What he doesn't realize is that the mission will take him to a haunted mansion filled with zombies, cult members, monsters, aliens, and all kinds of other dangerous creatures. The goal is simple enough: rush into the mansion and rescue 100 innocent survivors. Of course, it wouldn't be a high-paying job if it were that easy. The wildly varied monsters will team up and try to destroy the many different rooms that make up the house, so the new hire will have to rush from one side of the mansion to the other to keep everything in control. It's a fun and frantic balancing act that will seem nearly impossible at first, but with a little practice and some luck, you'll be earning high scores in no time. We're able to pick up more than 60 different types of weapons, each with a very limited amount of attacks. You can pick up an umbrella and smack the zombies around, kill a lot of monsters at once with a large trunk, cut through the undead hordes with a chainsaw, take a long-distance approach with a shotgun, and use those nearby chairs to your advantage. The game is full of weapons to pick up, though not all of them are as useful as you might like. And since each of them breaks in only a few kills, you're always looking for that next weapon to pick up. A lot of the game's charm comes down to the small details making up each room. This isn't your typical haunted house, but rather a hilarious hodgepodge of movie references and scary stories. There's a nod to the reanimator in the basement, demonic possession in the kids' room, a giant plant creature on the roof, flood in the bathroom, and even a black and white movie theater. There's a lot going on here, and I enjoyed fighting through each room looking for the fun references. Juggling all the chaos becomes increasingly difficult the closer you get to rescuing all 100 survivors. Even after some practice, it won't take long to play through a complete run. What I liked about my night job is that you'll discover new secrets and strategies with each play, which spurred me on to keep going. There are a lot of secondary objectives and items in the mansion to interact with, something that often led to humorous results. But as carefully designed as the mansion is, I wish the developers had done more to randomize things from one play to the next. You run into the same weapons, secrets, and objects all in the same locations, which can give the game a real sense of sameness after a while. Even though the game encourages you to take different paths, I found that I always stuck to a certain routine when getting started. On a more serious note, I ran into a problematic bug where my character would stop moving for no reason. During especially hectic moments, the game will point out the rooms that are about to be demolished. While this is helpful on the developer's part, it will sometimes cause an issue where a hero can't move or attack. He'll just stand still and take hits, forcing you to start over from the beginning. This is annoying, especially when you're on a roll and close to rescuing all of the survivors. The game's sharp visuals make the inherent repetition a lot easier to swallow. The gorgeously detailed Sprite graphics are a real treat and full of personality. The art style reminds me of SNK's popular Metal Slug series, even if the gameplay isn't that similar. My only complaint about the presentation is that there isn't enough of it, and that has more to do with my greed than the quality of the game. While it's not the kind of thing you'll play for hours on end, my night job is a lot of fun in short bursts. The mansion is overflowing with secrets and surprises, and I can imagine a competitive high score scene rising out of this action game. Unfortunately, the great visuals and cheeky sense of humor is overshadowed by technical difficulties and a heavy dose of repetition. My night job isn't very deep and might not stick with you for very long, but at least it's better than working a real night job. Hey, thanks for watching our review. We may be nearing the end of the week, but there should still be time for another review. In case you missed it, we started out the week by looking at GamePro's list of the worst Mario games of all time. We followed that up with reviews of Life Goes On, Done to Death, Shadwen, and now My Night Job. I have a lot of games on my plate right now, so expect more reviews shortly, as well as a brand new series looking at GamePro TV. So, do me a favor and click the subscribe button and support what we're doing here. Until then.